Hi everyone, I'm Paul Bucciarelli with the Lawrence County Chamber and Lawrence County Economic Development Group, and welcome to Chamber Chat. Our guest today is Bill Flannery, who's with the law firm of William J. Flannery in Newcastle. Bill, welcome to Chamber Chat.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Great, thank you for agreeing to participate. Today we're going to talk about the issue of medicinal marijuana, which has been legal in Pennsylvania now for several years. Bill, can you give us any background, sort of the genesis of how that occurred?
Certainly. So the Medical Marijuana Act was enacted in 2016. The general background and initiative behind that was to assist people who were suffering from serious medical conditions, whether it was cancer, AIDS. There's a long list that is enumerated underneath the statute, also anxiety and things of that nature.
I see. So has the rollout gone smoothly from your perspective?
It depends on your perspective.
Okay.
From my observations, the rollout in the sense of being able to obtain a medical marijuana card to get access to medical marijuana dispensaries, I believe, from what I've observed, has gone fairly smoothly.
Okay.
I think where there has been some issues, though, is discrepancies between state law and federal law.
Because marijuana at a federal level is still an illegal substance, I believe, correct?
That is correct. Under federal law of the U.S. Code, marijuana is still classified as a Schedule I narcotic.
Oh, I see.
That means that there's no, it can be very addictive forming, and it has no medicinal value, which obviously is in direct conflict with how the states have addressed this. So that has been a hiccup that is still hanging.
It's still hanging out there. Have there been any unexpected or any unexpected challenges or situations that have occurred with medicinal marijuana?
Certainly, from a number of different avenues, from criminal standpoints, from individuals' ability to get concealed carry permits, for example. In the state of Pennsylvania, you were not permitted to have a concealed carry permit and also have a medical marijuana card.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that.
And that certainly causes people some confusion if they're not made aware of that, and it subjects them to federal penalties, or possibly. There's also problems that come up where people have a belief or a confidence that because they have their medical marijuana card, that they are able to do certain functions, whether it's operate machinery or vehicles or certain types of employment. And that can be problematic for individuals that aren't aware that the marijuana stays in your system for a period of time. So there are some problems out there that people need to be aware of.
So I am a workforce specialist with the Chamber, and I guess what kind of issues do you see medicinal marijuana creating for employers?
Well, right off the bat, it creates the problem of what type of drug testing they're doing. So you're going to immediately come into a conflict where an individual has done what they are supposed to do underneath the Act, obtained their medical marijuana card, we believe maybe using it in a lawful manner. However, now they're being subjected to a drug test and they failed that drug test.
I see.
So it becomes an issue for the employer and how they independently want to address that.
So I've heard some anecdotal information that some employers are maybe backing off of marijuana as part of the drug testing protocol. Are you hearing any of that?
That is accurate. There are a number of employers who have not screened for marijuana anymore, based upon, it's probably twofold. One, based upon the status of the medical marijuana, and as we all know, the labor shortage is that it's hard to get employees. It's difficult for employers right now to keep and maintain employees. So
does an applicant have to disclose their use of medical marijuana on a job application?
Well, that can be dependent upon the employer. There's nothing that, under the current status of the law, that stops the employer from asking whether or not they have the card.
I see.
So
it sounds like employers are adjusting their drug testing policies in some cases. Does an employer have to create an accommodation for someone that uses medical marijuana? I'm thinking in terms of something like a disability.
That's a good question. At this point in time, based upon the fact that it's still considered a Schedule I narcotic, it's illegal under federal law in the U.S. Code. It's arguable that it does not. However, I suspect there will be challenges coming to that in the future.
I see. So I did some research in preparation for today, and it looks like about 18 states have actually legalized recreational marijuana. Do you see that happening in Pennsylvania anytime soon?
I would venture to say yes. With the national trend that's gone forward with neighboring states having recently done that, and it's my understanding that there's legislation in the pipeline at this point to do that. So I firmly believe it's not a matter of if, it's rather going to be a matter of when.
That makes sense. Are you aware, Bill, of any trends or consequences that you've seen since either medicinal or recreational marijuana has been out there?
Well, I think a lot of it goes from a statistics standpoint as to who's generating the statistics.
Okay.
Those who are on the pro-recreational side, I think their statistics have supported their position. I think those that have continued to maintain it should not be recreational would say that it's not. Stats do not.
So we're that same 50-50 country that we seem to be for everything these days.
That seems to be the case.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Bill, thanks so much for coming in today. We really appreciate the information you've shared, and thank you for your time. And Chamber Chat audience, thank you for watching today, and we'll see you next time.
Paul, thank you. Thank you.